Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a Saturday. Hope everybody is doing well. Click. There we go. Back on the bike, back inside. Hey, this camera looks alright today. What does everybody think? I'm actually quite happy with that. We've got like the one wheel out here. We've got this helmet for the missus right there. We've got a bunch of skateboards behind me. And we can see there's a bit of a window there at the back too. Good morning, Scott Davies. Congrats on getting your wave competition out there. I went and had a look at the Office, I think it's Office 365 form that you've got there, and very professional, very good competition. You've got where you can ship or can't ship the board to. And Siri just noted everything I basically just said then. But good morning. Hope you're doing well. Hope you do great with the competition. For those that are watching, the two of you, Scott and probably Check. There he is. Hey, Check. Yeah, we've got Scotty Davies on tomorrow, which is going to be excellent on the live stream. It isn't basic, mate. You did well. I don't even go to that amount of level for my competitions. But yeah, good to see you, Check, as well in there. And we'll talk about your competition tomorrow night on the live stream. It's not tomorrow night. It's kind of tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be 5 p.m. We've got to make it a bit earlier to make sure Scotty's kids and everyone can sleep, so he's not talking loud and laughing and all that kind of stuff, keeping them up, which makes a lot of sense. So yeah, 5 o'clock, 5 hours earlier. It should be a lot of fun. It should go for about an hour or so. And if it goes for any more than an hour, I know I'm going to get my butt kicked by the missus, because that's obviously cooking time. Every Sunday night we have a barbie. I get out on the barbie and show how masculine and manly I am, and cook up some snags. We always have chorizo sausages and something for the kids. And then we mix it with a bit of mashed potato, some garlic bread. It's good eating. And some corn. Got to have the veggies in there too. So yeah, happy days. So, we're bike riding. We had some issues yesterday. And the day before I was going to go live, but decided to just go for a skateboard ride instead. And yeah, it ended up being a pain in the bum, because live Air Solo, I had 50% left on my charge of my phone. Went live with Live Air Solo, and it cuts in and out, and I don't think their servers are very reliable, and it's probably an app on its way out. But it chewed through 40% of my battery on my phone in about 15 minutes flat. So there must be something wrong with the processor. It's just chewing way too much. But I decided then to go on my live stream on Instagram. I was on there for half an hour on 10% charge, and it was good fun. People coming and going, asking questions. I think I saw Check in there. Yeah, he was in there. So yeah, happy days there. So let's get on to the ride. Oh, where's my mouse? Hang on, I can do this. Where are we? Oh, not that one. Is that going to work? No, I need the mouse. Ugh. Come on, Jay. There we go. Just seeing if you can hear that too. Yep. Turn it up a bit. What's that noise? Let's see, just by noise, if you guys can figure out where we are. Good morning to the three that are watching. That's Scotty, Check, and I'm guessing Danny or Emma. It's nice to have you guys with us. What is the noise? Let's find that out. I'm loving this camera setup right now. It looks so good. Where are we? I've got to keep pedaling. What's my heart rate? 96. Let's get this going. Where are we with just the audio? What the hell's that noise? Click, 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 click. Train, correct, Scott Davies? Whereabouts is the train? Can you get the accent? I like this. We should do this more often. Just audio. There's no audio at the moment. This is pretty cool. This is a 4K 60 video once I bring it up for you. It's got 81,000 views. It was done 2 years ago. You can hear that click click, that's me. Where are we? Alright, we've passed, I can say a station because we know it's a train. We're underground, I'll give you that. There's some blue lights for those that are train fanatics like Floyd. Let's just jump to it, huh? Where are we? Oh, we're in the dark. Where are we? By the way, Danny, if he is watching, he hasn't said g'day yet. Well done on the stream last night. That was so damn good. Awesome stream. Danny's back. Oh, where are we? Who's the first to say it? Let's see. I'm looking at signs. I'm looking at if it's English or some other language. Look at all the artwork. Look at the kind of people. Look at what they're wearing. Where are we? Scotty sent me a photo a couple of days back of him watching this stream on his laptop with his coffee. That's a nice way to be in the morning, isn't it? 5 and 6 train. Come on. Who knows it? Where are we? Whereabouts are we? Come on.
This is a Brooklyn-bound Jamaica Sector Express.
What city are we in?
Train next stop, Canal Street, stand clear.
And I'll tell you, if you get what line we're on, that'd be amazing too. It is New York City, Scotty. 2 ticks, Mr. Trivia Man. Well done, New York. And if you can guess the line, it's an alphabetical letter. And you're looking at him. What line is it? Let's see if you can get it. It goes to Jamaica Center. Jamaica. You ever watch Jimmy Carr, who's the UK comedian? He says if you say Jimmy Carr with a Jamaican accent, it sounds like Jamaica. Jamaica. My name is Jimmy Carr. Jamaica. Scotty with the win. The J line. Well done, mate. Now, Scotty, for that, I'll tell you something. I've been talking about you. Always positive. And I've been talking to you. Obviously, we got some coupon codes organised for you yesterday, and one of the guys that organises the coupon codes has sent you a Messenger Facebook message. So get in touch with them. That's the $50 off with the Onsra. But Mr. Onsra himself, Fabian, only contacted me about 90 minutes ago and said, I'm thinking about sending Scott Davies a skateboard. What do you think? And I'm like, do it. He's killing it. And I said he's just been organised some coupon codes with Onsra California. And he said, awesome. So I think he's going to get in touch with you about getting your Onsra down to you, which would be very cool. So yeah, you do good things. You be nice to people. Things happen for the better for you, I think. I mean, if you're an a-hole, and there's lots of a-holes out on YouTube, we know a bunch of them. What am I at? 120 beats. We can do that better. Where's that annoying? Oh, feel that. Starting to get the sweat on now. Sweet, thanks. No problem, Scotty. But anyway, today's chat is about using your mobile to go live. And it's not really like I could easily use my mobile phone in here to go live. No problem. No sweat. Easy. It's when you're actually out on a skateboard, for instance, or you're on a train, or you're in a car and you're going live. That's a challenge because there's a whole bunch of things you got to think about. Is there coverage in my area? Is there too many people on the phone in my area? Do I have adequate software? For me, yeah, yesterday was an epic fail. We connected. It was going alright. I had questions coming through. But I think what really let me down was the software. And Live Air Solo, I paid for it as well. You have to pay. You get it for free, but then you have to pay to have different destinations and of broadcasting. And you have to pay if you want to see the comments, like in a layer for Facebook, one for the YouTube, and all this other stuff. So I paid for the YouTube stuff. This was ages ago, like years ago. Now, when I used Live Air Solo for urban exploring, it was fine. And I had to just make sure I had a battery power brick, like what I've got right now. Yeah, I'll show you. See that? Phone connected to a power brick. This power brick is monstrous too. I think it's like 20,000 milliamp hour So it's almost the same amount of output as you could get. You can power a MacBook with that particular one too. When I was urban exploring, I went live. This was with Brandon from a band in Melbourne. This was years back, and that went alright. But when you're moving fast, that's a challenge. So I decided yesterday, rather than go through YouTube, and YouTube doesn't allow you to go live on their platform, on their mobile phone app, until you've got, I think, 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 watch hours or something like that. So I'm a long way away off that on this channel. So it was frustrating, but I tried to do it through Live Air Solo, it didn't work. Then went through Instagram, not a problem. Go straight through, no issues. And the only thing I don't like about Instagram is you have to be in portrait. That's how people watch it, obviously on their phones. It'd be awesome if you could do landscape, and it actually told the user as well when they're watching full screen just to tilt their phone. So this is in landscape, rotate your phone to get the best experience. That'd be awesome. This is a pretty awesome track too. I might go a little bit lower in the screen. See if I can do that. Bingo. Is that gonna work?
This is a Brooklyn-bound Jamaica Center
There we go.
Express J train.
The J train. Did you hear it? My A train.
Clear the door.
I love the New York underpasses too. You know why? They have 4G internet down there. When you actually get on the train and get going, you lose coverage. But see that guy on the right-hand side there? Can you? No. Anyway, there's a guy in a puffer jacket on the right-hand side. He's on his phone. And it's amazing internet. It's all, like, I think there's like free Wi-Fi for you in New York. It's not bad. It's pretty good. What do you guys think about also the trains in New York versus the trains in Singapore? Difference being, trains are a lot more modern. They're a lot more efficient in Singapore. They're driverless. They drive themselves.
Attention passengers, this message is for your own
And they're on time. And they're clean, super clean. And you'll see all this spray paint and graffiti and stuff. So obviously going outside now. It just doesn't exist in Singapore. It's amazing. It's going pretty slow. Where are we up to? Broadway we're going. Staten Island. Going to Jamaica Center. Jamaican me crazy. Yeah, the Singapore trains, I know Scotty, you've been there a couple of times. It's phenomenal. And I tell you, like, kilometres and kilometres and kilometres of underground tracks. Like, you can go out to almost the suburbs of Singapore. I don't think they call them suburbs, they call them precincts, I think. And it's all underground, which means you don't have that noise above. It's all parklands, and it's all pristine conditions and nice clean roads. And what I love about Singapore is there is no, in the city, advertising on the streets. Nothing, no billboards, no big signs, no taxis with, you know, like signs on their boots or bonnets or whatever. It's super clean. It's incredible. I mean, yeah, it makes it more of a challenge, I guess, for businesses around the area to say, hey, look at me, I'm over here, and having more of a storefront I don't think makes a lot of sense. Unless, well, these days too, everything's online. You know, when you want to go and find a nice restaurant, you go online. You don't go walking along the street these days, do you? So it does make sense. I think that's where advertising is going to change rapidly. We want to live in communities that we're not bombarded by all this messaging and advertising and all that in our brains. We need central places that we're happy to go to be advertised to, online or whatever. If we want to be advertised to, we'll go and be advertised to, but we don't want it in our faces, do we? I think the only really signs that they have in Singapore is road signs, like to tell you how to get wherever you need to go. But yeah, like if you do like a virtual tour, go onto Google Maps, go into Street View, and you'll see there's no signs in the Singapore CBD area. It's very cool. I mean, obviously you can put a sign up on your storefront, but not, you know, the kind of sign like bus signs or station signs or anything like that. They just don't exist. Apparently as well, buying cars in Singapore are bloody expensive too. They have this huge Singapore tax. That's why there's not many cars. That's why a lot of people just walk or commute or train. So I think they've set up that city very well. A lot of people live there, but you wouldn't know it. And the parklands, my God, so good. Remember I flew my drone over the Marina Bay Sands. Stupid. But I'm like, oh, I'm here, I only live once, and I've done that a couple of times. I flew over this huge abandoned building in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. Did that in Singapore. And you just make sure that you don't put that drone footage up while you're there, because there's a lot of people, a lot of government officials that are watching that YouTube stuff and making sure the people that are going to their incredible cities are behaving and doing the right thing. I've heard a bunch of people being stopped at the airport to say, what's this? Is this you? They show you the YouTube channel and you're like, oh my God, imagine that, you'd freak out. So I remember I went when I was in Singapore, and I did the Marina Bay Sands video, and this was actually with Jetboards back in the day, 2 or 3 years back. I edited the video, had that ready. What I loved about Singapore, it was like 20 gigs per second Wi-Fi there as well, which was pretty amazing. And I could upload like a 2 gigabyte file in about 3 seconds. It was insane, so damn good. What am I doing here? 120. I thought I was actually going to feel it today, because I really haven't exercised for the last 2 days. Well, riding a tramper board, it's kind of exercise because you're locked in, you're thinking a lot, your leg muscles are tensed up, ready to do whatever you have to do to keep balanced at 40 kilometers an hour. So, like, I think my legs are probably, when you compare it between the tramper and a bike, you're going about the same distance. It takes about 10 minutes less on a tramper on a skateboard. But I feel like I get half the exercise output on a tramper than I do on a bike. So I still consider it exercise, even if my Apple Watch doesn't think it that way anyway. Sure, a lot of people are sleeping in this morning. Appreciate Check 2000 and Scotty watching. If you're in bed or you're up and at 'em, it's good to have your company. And thanks for the likes. 2 out of the 3 people have liked. I saw one before I went live, so I appreciate that. Whew. But yeah, getting back to it, my story in Singapore Airport, Changi Airport. I also, while I was there, went to Changi Hospital, which is an abandoned hospital from the 1950s during World War II. They abandoned the hospital. It's now a very popular urban exploring hotspot. And we spent hours just thinking whether or not we should jump in. They had all these sensors everywhere, all these like buzzers. As soon as you walked in front, bzz, not bzz, it was like beep, 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 beep. So we decided we'd do a drone footage, and because we were Changi Hospital is like 3 or 4 k's from Changi Airport, it's a no-fly zone. So I'm like, But it was fun just to document. Should we? Shouldn't we? We went around the perimeter trying to find a good spot. There was all these signs up saying, if you trespass, you're in a lot of trouble. This is a federal, state-owned hospital. I was like, really don't want to be in a Singapore hospital Singapore jail, while I'm here. So anyway, so I did the filming, did the Marina Bay Sands, drone shots, and then as I'm waiting for my plane, which was an A380 from Singapore Airlines, amazing plane, love it. I'm in one of the bars at the airport having a beer and uploading it with the airport Wi-Fi. Uploaded it, went live, and I know there's a very low chance that you're going to get done. Look at this dude. Hey, you're filming. And now he's filming. That's quite cool, isn't it? So uploaded it. Got back home, got to Melbourne, checked in on the YouTube channel. It was like 200 views. People liked it, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna get in trouble." I'm like, "I'm not there anymore." So hopefully, I don't have like a little asterisk next to my name as I go back to Singapore one day from now. Hopefully. Woo! Now I'm building up a sweat. It's amazing how smooth this footage is too. So nice. The A380 business class seat is awesome. I bet Scotty Davies. I've seen it, haven't sat in it. One day, you got to tick that off your bucket list on it. Yeah, it's like 4 times the price of a normal economy or an economy plus ticket, but yeah, just to have that and not have someone elbowing you or the coffee cart kicking you in the elbow as well. So wide it has 2 seatbelt mounts. No way. Jesus. And I bet you went to Singapore on that, Scotty. Yeah, one day. I think you've also got to try first class. Like, I've seen all the Casey Neistat and Sam Chewy. I don't know if you've seen his YouTube channel, but look up Sam Chewy, C-H-U-I. He gets free flights all around the world on all the different airlines because he does all these really cool reviews of business class, first class, economy, the lounges, all that stuff. He's very good at what he does. He started off just with a handheld camera and it was himself, but now when he gets invited, he asks for his camera guy and sound guy to come along and they film him, and he doesn't, like most YouTubers. It's funny, isn't it, the progression of a YouTuber. Once they get to a certain point where the monetization and sponsors and deals and all that kind of stuff are working for them, they can afford to have somebody there to be the camera guy. First class on Emirates. You had a suite. Oh, I'm in the wrong business. That just swayed my mind. What was I talking about? What was it? Oh yeah, camera guy. And it's funny, like when you're doing your own kind of stuff, it feels really raw, it feels really natural and human and all that kind of stuff. And then when you get a camera guy, I guess because then the camera's not this far away from you, it can be this far away from you, and you can use your hands more and talk to people, and they don't feel like it's so in your face because you're holding the camera and doing the talking, and there's less that you have to worry about. You're not thinking about, is the frame on me? Is it on them? Am I zoomed in or not? Is it recording? Like, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore. From Sydney to Switzerland. Well, that's a decent trip. So yeah, that evolution, I don't know when that happens. I think it happens to most YouTubers. They either are outdoors or out in the real world and they need that kind of support. But he's killing it. He's doing really well, and I think as soon as he did that too, he just went up. Like, his professionalism went up. The amount of sponsors went up. But he's keeping humble to his original goal, which was just to educate people on experience and really explain everything. You'd hate having a camera guy. I'd hate having an edit guy, because I know, like, you look at the Logan Pauls, the Jake Pauls, and all the major YouTubers out there, except for Casey Neistat, right? That they all have shifted themselves to just being on camera. They've got their own camera guys, they've got their own editing guys, they've got their own editing suites. Like, if you've seen Logan Paul, he's got his whole setup for his podcast, as well as his editors and all his filmers and his social media guys and all that kind of stuff. They're all in his garage on tables doing everything that he asked them to do, camera guys, and it's a huge operation. But yeah, I think I would always be forever looking at the edit and wanting to do my own little style, and I didn't like the way you cut that, or it'd be always a confusing, painful process, I reckon. Whereas like there, I like the editing. I like filming too. I like coming up with things on the fly, thinking about things before I start. What kind of shot do I want? What kind of is it going to be aerial or front, or do I have a mic for that? Do I need lighting? Like, that kind of stuff's a challenge too. I like that bit. And then while you're filming and stuff, you're also thinking in your head, how are you going to edit this? You're going to do a time lapse. You're going to do like a sliding, like, or when am I going to show my intro? Or so yeah, it's I like the edit too. And I love being able just to drag that video in and go into YouTube, and you can see it uploading and schedule it, and you know it's going to go out there. We should stop talking. This is good stuff for Sunday. Yeah! I think, yeah, Sunday for you and I, Scotty, it's going to be a little mix between YouTube life and the struggles, complexities, the benefits, all that kind of stuff of it. But then it's also going to be the e-skating stuff, because I reckon 90% of the crew that'll be watching will be e-skaters or interested people in that. I'll try and get me a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm talking about. See that flicker? fix that up. J. There we go. Yeah, so I was thinking about doing trivia, but we did that last week. We might wait for that. I think you and I, between us, have got enough substance and enough stuff going on. There'll be a bunch of questions and about e-skating that we can talk about. We'll talk about your X-Way Wave competition. I want to talk about the new Onstra California. Some very cool stuff going on there. They're giving free shipping. They've got the skateboards to a price which is $200 cheaper than the Evolve skateboards in California too. And Evolve also charge shipping, unless you pick it up from Evolve Skateboards USA. But yeah, there's plenty of stuff we can talk about. There's also some new boards coming out soon. The Hunter, I don't know if you've seen that, Scotty. Go check it out. We'll talk about Meepo, we'll talk about budget boards, comparison, that kind of thing. We'll probably talk about Metro Board X, now that that's coming in 8 weeks, which would be interesting and fun. Woo! Average watch time, 20 minutes. It's because there's only, 3 here at the moment. We did have a fourth person, but they probably just went in and said, oh, no, not for me. So plenty to talk about. Yeah, it does look insane, the Hunter. It's got the weirdest truck setup I've ever seen. Rather than a truck being like this that can grab all the pressure, it's like this. So you'd think the downward force would just flatten it. So it's interesting. TRX. Oh, 8 seconds to go. Man, that went fast. What's my heart rate? 121. Now we're up at the 160 that I do on a bike. But it is exercise. Hooray. And I've just figured out too, we should go for an extra couple of minutes. No, I can't because the missus has got her exercise program starting right now. Thank you very much for you guys, Milan and Scotty, for commenting and checking in. We will be live tomorrow night on my channel, JBoston, youtube.com/JBoston. I don't know, Scotty, if you've got your username ready, but go and check that out. I reckon, what would it be? Scott Davies E-Skate Reviews or something. Feeling good. It's clean day today. Half of the day is going to be cleaning the house. We normally have a cleaner. I know it sucks. We have a cleaner every 2 weeks that comes in, spends half a day cleaning up our place so we don't have to. It minimises the amount of conflict and fights and like, who's cleaning the toilets? You haven't mopped the floor? Like all that other stuff. Get that out of the way. So yeah, that hasn't happened for about 4 weeks now. So it's time to clean the house. And this wife had a sore neck and I've been working hard. We found some time. Kids are just going to have to keep themselves busy. And maybe we can get them on the vacuum cleaners. Anyway guys, see you tomorrow night. Have a good one. Bye.